Hello all, it's Sarah. Welcome back to the Costume Codex and my look at Buffy the Vampire Slayer through costumes. In the first video of this series, I explore Buffy's evolving fashion, looking at the way costume can illustrate a character's growth. Starting in this video, I want to dig deeper into one aspect of costume design: color. If you've studied any kind of art or design, you know that color has a massive impact on the human psyche. It's one of the first things we learn as kids, and it has a great deal of psychological and emotional impact to us. I like to think of color as a visual equivalent to music. Like music, one note or color can have different meanings in different combinations or in different contexts. And different hues, again, have different meanings, not unlike the same note played on different instruments. In film and TV, color takes on even more significance. It can be like the soundtrack, obvious and clear, or it can be like the score, a part of the scene heightening and guiding your emotions. Now, every Buffy fan knows that a good score makes a huge impact. So I want to look at the visual version, the colors, and see what can be gleaned. And I'm going to begin with the color red. So what comes to mind when we see a character wearing red?
Sexual intercourse.
Yes, Anya. Sex is definitely one meaning of red. I mean, there's a reason the sex sheets in Buffy tend to be red. And then, well,
I believe the subtext here is rapidly becoming a text.
So sex can be one meaning of red. But even there's variation. Drew's dark, sensual shades versus Anya's bright cherry hues. And there is more to red than one meaning. Let's look at the characters that wear a lot of red. What do they have in common? Well, they tend to be impulsive and id-driven. Look at Glory. She is a being of pure impulse.
Honey, I'm the original one-eyed chicklet in the kingdom of the blind.
Not every character is as simple as Glory. Take Spike. He wears a red shirt sandwiched among layers of black. He's an impulsive id-boy at heart.
I follow my blood, which doesn't exactly rush in the direction of my brain.
Or look at Willow, who wears her heart on her sleeve, the spirit of hope and warmth. She wears red with primary colors and her bright overalls. Her reds deepen as her passion for magic grows. And how could I look at reds without talking about Willow's hair? As I said, she is full of warmth and light. She never gives up hope. That is until one moment. And it's following that loss that her hair changes. And when her hope returns, for something a little different, there's Giles. He may not wear his heart on his sleeve as Willow does, but still waters run deep.
Well, that's good, isn't it? New is good.
And a buttoned-down tweed wearer that he is, Giles often wears a dark red tie and red suspenders. It's small touches, but most noticeable in episodes where we see hints of his ripperness. Giles keeps his passions close to his chest. Most of the time, at least. And that brings me to the Season 2 episode, Passion. Somewhere in every scene, there is a touch of red, either in costume or set decor. Remember how I said color was like a visual score? Here the red is building a theme, a bit of visual foreshadowing, laying out a trail of breadcrumbs. Or in this case, rose petals. This episode itself is almost a meditation on the use and meanings of red. The way Angelus monologues about the variations of passion, love, anger, grief. And that brings us to one of the most effective and affecting uses of red in the series. And it's one that comes with a bit of a warning. Friends, I'm going to talk about the body. If you need to, skip to this point in the video. So if we think of red as all about sex, impulsiveness, and passion, why is Buffy in red here? This is why. When you look at this scene, there are actually 3 bodies present. There's Joyce's body, lifeless and colorless on the couch. There's Buffy's body, full-blooded and alive with shock. And there's your body, watching everything and reacting with Buffy. The more aware you are of your own body, the more you identify with hers, and the deeper you feel this episode. And that's why the red. Because looking at red has a physical effect on our bodies. It raises the heart rate and metabolism. Putting an actor in red makes us aware of their physicality. We can't look away. We can't help but feel the shock that she feels. It's one of the most effective uses of red in the series, but it's not my favorite. No, my favorite is this. This costume is everything. The top is bright and cheerful. Look at the matching gems on the jeans, the silky texture, the warm tones. It's stunning. It's full of passion and physicality and just everything. In short, it's everything Buffy wants to feel and can't. The very thing she's singing about.
Give me something.
And take note of the other uses of red in this episode. Anya wears it when she and Xander sing out the thoughts that they have been keeping from one another. And Spike wears it as he sings of how his love for Buffy is torture. So here red has been associated with secrets being revealed. It's highlighting the contrast between how lifeless Buffy feels and her desire to feel again.
I want the fire back.
And it's foreshadowing her toxic affair with Spike. And Sweet, the catalyst for the whole thing, was introduced in bright, shiny red.
Why'd you run away?
That's exceptionally good costume design, and it's a great use of color.
That's what it's all about.
So that's a look at the uses of red in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But is there a unifying theme here? I think there is. I think it's this.
It's blood.
It's what keeps you going. Makes you warm. Makes you hard. Makes you other than dead.
Thank you, friends, for joining me for another installment of the Costume Codex. Like and subscribe if you want, and I'll see you next time.